match, one fall or a 15-minute time limit. To my right, weighing in at 97 pounds, from Hiroshima, Little Tokyo. To my left, in the red corner, weighing in at 97 pounds, from St. Louis, Missouri, Little Coco.
So here you have it. We have the biggest wrestlers in the game on this card here at the Sam Houston Coliseum tonight. And we have a couple of the smallest wrestlers in the game. Little Coco has just divested himself of his garments and he's ready for Little Tokyo. So the word little seems a little redundant here, so we're just going to Tokyo and Coco and let it go at that. But if you're like me, you are a midget wrestling fan. Now, both these fellows technically are not midgets, they are dwarfs. But like most people, we just lump all little people into a class that says midget. A midget is a perfectly formed little man and no misproportion in any of his body. But as I take a second look at Tokyo, who is backing away, I'm just about willing to admit that he looks more like a midget than a dwarf. But that's a technical thing. The thing is, they are both about the same size. They are both veterans of the wrestling ring. And I want you to settle back and enjoy what you're about to see. Tokyo here backs away because Coco is a bundle of movement. And of course he keeps moving as a feint, keeps his body going in one direction, so he'll be able to move quickly, swiftly, in another direction. And the argument here with referee Tommy Gilbert is that he didn't break in time. Coco is not about to let an advantage slip by. That's why he was bugging the referee that time. You've got to watch out for Tokyo. Not only is he adept, adroit, clever, but he is a man who is going to keep you wondering about him. And you got to remember that a fall is a fall, to whether it comes to a man who is close to the canvas and he doesn't have that much weight, why, it's just as devastating as the big fellow who falls from the height of 6 feet. Tokyo caught in a headlock. Coco putting the Coco Buster on his Oriental opponent. Tokyo takes great pride when he accomplishes something, but he sometimes has to work hard before he gets into a position to do any crowing over what he can do. And some of the stool pigeon fans are telling the referee that Tokyo is pulling hair. Good thing about Coco is that he works at both ends. Side headlock again, and Gilbert gives the count, but it wasn't necessary past 1.5. Head scissor is the hold, and with Coco's head caught in the short but powerful legs, why, there he is helping him along. A little bit of pressure on the outside, adds a little bit of strength to it. And good work by Coco. And Tokyo now is returning some of the non-complimentary remarks that were handed to him by some of the fans. Watch out for this left-handed Japanese. He is an individual you're going to have to beware that you don't meet in a dark alley. He could handle a full-size man under some circumstances. Don't ever sell him short. A lot of Houston fans still remember the night that Dan Love, who was a sportscaster for one of the radio stations in town and then one of the television stations, and then went on network television when he came here and wrestled a midget wrestler for 5 minutes. Well, when it finished, Lord Littlebrook was given compliments for not hurting Dan, but Dan was sure he didn't want to try it again. So Gilbert manhandles the Japanese, and we've got the twist on the arm. Watch those kicks. Small as he is, he has won honors in the martial arts and deserved every promotion that he got. Oh, man, wouldn't that jar you? He went high in the air and he hit like the proverbial bag of rice. He hit him right between the eyes. That was a pretty good shot. But Coco's accustomed to using that head of his in his attack. Well, I mentioned his head. Head is not the only weapon. On top is little Coco. There's one. There's two. And there's another one, two. The referee didn't enjoy having people thrown in his arms. He come up that time with the answer, I'll tell you. I'm a midget wrestling fan, and if I bust out laughing, it's a compliment to those two fellas, because I think every sport should be entertainment as well as being good, solid competition. These fellas are both. So Tokyo's looking for the place to put that shot in, and he found it. And again, as he comes whipping around, on top is Tokyo. There's one, there's two, and, well, Gilbert's playing favorites there. One step would have been enough. Standing up to his full height, he was treating Tokyo with a little bit of disrespect. And Tokyo is upset. Put your own words. So Tokyo and Coco with a side headlock now for Tokyo on the solid head of Mr. Coco. Oh, man, that was a crash. That was a good one. And he stopped him, he hit him, he knocked him, and down went Tokyo. Tokyo's still looking up, trying to find out what he wanted him to look for. He's asking the referee if the light was about to fall. Tokyo hasn't caught on yet. So having made sure that the candelabra are firmly tied to the ceiling, he was ready to go to work, but he went in. He's preoccupied now with the lights above. Oh, and that Tokyo, when he lands, he throws in a solid wallop, whether it's using the edge of the hand in a slashing, chopping fashion, or whether he's coming in there with that fist of his. He gets a good blow, and that, being left-handed, he comes from an angle that most wrestlers don't expect. Majority of wrestlers are right-handed. And right-headed, too. So Tokyo has toppled, and here is Coco looking to throw him. He might come right at you. Stay where you are. And if he, yes, here he comes. Almost out of the picture and almost in your lap. The fans are calling for another one. That's the avalanche hold. And the avalanche hold is the one that just tossed him across the ring and landed him with great force. So Tokyo now with that barefooted attack of his. But sometimes some of these barefooted wrestlers have such powerful feet and such a great deal of thick callus on there from the hours and hours they spend barefoot. Why, you begin to wish that they might wear shoes. Retaliation by Coco. And the side headlock. So Coco maneuvering. He got it. He turned him over. There's one. There's two. There's three. Just as slick as can be. Little Coco gets in there with a neat Nelson with his feet and turned him over and held him. And I think Tokyo was more surprised at the suddenness with which it happened than he had a right to be, and he lost the match.